Top of the day, top of the morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. I'm one of your co-hosts, Lynn, Pinder, and I'm joined today with Leroy McKenzie Jr.
Indeed, we're back again.
Yes. Want to thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be another great Friday morning of inspirational books. We have a wonderful local author who we're going to tell you a little bit more about in a few, right, Leroy?
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
But we do have some announcements that we want to share, right?
Absolutely.
Where do we want to start?
We got to take care of home first. So,
yes.
Well, as everybody knows that we've been doing it all year, we're going to keep on doing it.
And hold it up for them so they can see the full effect.
Oh, yeah.
Hold it up.
Actually, for those that haven't, they haven't seen it.
Yep, hold it.
This is actually,
drop it down.
This is our Christian Authors on Tour calendar.
Yes.
And for y'all that don't know, we highlight each author, there's an author that we highlight each month of the year. I mean, y'all see this? This is what we're talking about when we talk about the calendar and talk about the different authors that we have. Each month there's an author that we highlight, that we kind of profile, give a little bit of information about them, their books, where you can find them on Facebook and their websites and all of that good information. Mm-hmm. So you all get to see actually the actual calendar and what it looks like. And we still going to tell y'all, we know it's December. We know it's the end of the year, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas and everything and all that stuff. So this is something that you can actually pick up as a keepsake. This is a great keepsake because it gives you, like we just said, the information on authors that you can always have. You'll be able to keep that information and stuff like that. So for this month of December, our author of the month is Miss Tracy Lydia Garner.
Yes.
And Tracy is an award-winning author of 8 books. Born, raised in Northern Virginia, she enjoys the written and spoken word. She has more than 15 years' experience as a writer. Mm-hmm. In her writings, she infuses hidden messages and subtle encouragement for the myriad of experiences like grief, loneliness, pain, forgiveness, fear, rejection, jealousy. That's a lot of stuff right there. Folks got to be dealing with. She depicts these issues through everyday, realistic characters that average folks can identify with. Her greatest lesson as a Christian author has been learning the ways she can understand, hear, and discern God's message, the life he wants her to convey in her book. So that's Tracy Lydia Garner. You can actually visit her website, excuse me, www.tracygarner.com, and that's TEEGARNER.com. You can also visit the Christian Authors on Tour website as well to be able to see her and all of the other additional information about her and other things that the Christian Authors on Tour have going on. You can go to www.christianauthorsontour.com, go to the products page.
Products and
Services tab.
Yes.
And you can pick up your calendar, but I think Lynn is going to tell you about not this calendar, but I think there's a couple other calendars we might have going on.
We have ready for your ordership. We have the 2019 Christian Authors on Tour photo wall calendars, and 2019 is a special year. Every year that God has blessed us to do Christian Authors on Tour, in honesty, is a blessed year and a special year. But in 2019, we are celebrating 11 years. That will be our 11th anniversary.
Yes.
In recognition of the 11th anniversary of Christian Authors on Tour, we don't have one, not two, but we have 3 different photo wall calendars that you can order. We have the Ladies of Christian Authors on Tour 2019 photo wall calendar. We have the Men of Christian Authors on Tour 2019 photo wall calendar. And we have the CAOT TV Show 2019 photo wall calendar. So we have 3 different calendars that you can choose from. Each of the calendars provide some memories from Christian Authors on Tour throughout the 11-year journey, but also spotlights some of the different Christian authors, male and female, that's been part of the journey. Wow. You can visit, again, the website is www.christianauthorsontour.com. Click on the Service and Products tab, and you can go ahead and place your order for your 2019 photo wall calendar. It would be a great gift for yourself in your office or your personal workspace, but it's also a great gift for those book lovers in your life and who enjoy reading Christian books and just want to learn more about different men and women of God who are using writing as a tool for Christian ministry. And that's really what Christian Authors on Tour is really about. We are a network of authors, male and female, who use writing. Our books are fiction, some of them are nonfiction, but we use writing as a tool for Christian ministry. And we get together in the odd number years as we're preparing for 2019 to do a multi-state Christian book tour. And we had a planning call last night, which is really fun. And we're gearing up. Our first tour stop is going to be in April 2019 in Savannah, Georgia. So those of you who are in the South, our southern stop for 2019 is Savannah, Georgia.
ATL,
Savannah.
Yes,
the last Saturday in April. And then we're heading back to the DMV area in May. We will be part of Antonio Crawford's National Christian Writers Conference, which is scheduled May, I always get the dates, May 17th through the 18th in Hanover, Maryland. And that's in May. And then in July, we'll be back at the Harlem Book Fair in Harlem, New York. And that's going to be in July. And then in August, we'll be in Berkeley, Missouri, right outside of St. Louis at Harvest Church. And then in September, we're going to be at the Beantown Jazz Festival in Boston, Massachusetts.
We coming, Mitzi.
For those of you who don't know, Mitzi Carasculo is a longtime member of Christian Authors on Tour. She and her husband live in Boston, and they are hosting us for that Boston tour stop at the Beantown Jazz Festival. So we're looking forward to doing that. We're planning that as we're preparing for the end of the year of 2018. We're preparing for 2019. And then our last tour stop in 2019 is the signature event for Christian Authors on Tour, and that's our Christian Writers Literary Festival, and that's happening December 14th in Baltimore at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. So we're going to have a very busy year in 2019, and just an opportunity, and that's really what Christian Authors on Tour is about. It's an opportunity to showcase different authors who use writing as a tool for ministry, and an opportunity for them to be able to sell their books, to be able to interact with people who love reading Christian books. But the cool thing is, not only do you get to buy the book, but how often do you actually get to talk to the authors?
Exactly.
You know, and so what I love about our events is that they're intimate. Even if we're at a huge event like the Harlem Book Fair, there's an intimate opportunity for you to connect one-on-one with a Christian author. And there's also an opportunity, if you are a Christian book lover and you want a fellowship, there's an opportunity for you to fellowship with other Christian book lovers. And at each of our tour stops, you know, we always try to be a blessing, right? Absolutely.
That's what we do.
And the way we do that is through our missions outreach. So for every city that we're stopping in, we will connect with a local missions organization to give back. So for example, at the Harlem Book Fair, for years we've worked with the New York City Rescue Mission.
Oh, okay.
And so as we encourage and get everybody excited about visiting the Christian Authors on Tour booth to buy books, we also ask you to drop off in-kind donations for homeless men and women. And so those are the types of things that we're going to continue doing in 2019. And so we're really excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that you mentioned that stuck out to me too is, in this day of social media and everything like that, it's great to be able to dialogue and be able to talk to the author, to be able to get to know them on a face-to-face basis. I think that's one of the things that's missing in publishing and in writing, where you have that. And people want to have stuff on Amazon and all those places, and that's cool and everything like that. And even talking with them on Facebook, but there's nothing like being able to see them face-to-face, touch that book, and actually be able to talk with them and find out about it.
And oftentimes to get prayer. I can't tell you the number of times at our events, and I've walked by and I've seen an author praying with somebody that has come up to the table, and so it really is, an opportunity to connect, and we try to have different events at different types of venues. They're not all at churches, and sometimes they're at places like the Jazz Festival. You're
absolutely.
Like, you're going to have Christian authors there because, we want to be able to connect with people who want to be able to learn more about what we're so excited about, and that's our salvation with Jesus Christ. Right?
And Christians love jazz too. I'm sorry, because I know I do.
Absolutely. So you have a lot to look forward to in 2019, and even for this year, 2018, don't count us out yet. We have some great, we have a great lineup of authors and guests scheduled until the end of this month, and so just want to encourage you to tune in, and we're so excited about this partnership with the WBGR Gospel Network.
Absolutely.
And so just want to encourage you to not only check out our TV show, the CAOT TV Show, but there are tons and tons of other TV shows that come on the WBGR Gospel Network, and it's just a great media venue. They have the Gospel Network, they have the Sports and Entertainment Network. Leroy, they even have a shopping channel.
I know. Come on now. Watch out, QVC.
So we're really excited to be growing with the WBGR Gospel Network, and we're just really excited, and so we want you to tune in to them. We want you to tune in to us.
Absolutely.
And one of the reasons why we want you to tune in to us is because we spotlight different men and women of God who are using writing as a tool for Christian ministry. And who do we have here today?
I know, right? She's been sitting here patiently. But let's get to why we're here, and that's this beautiful young lady that's sitting in the red chair, as we call it, the hot seat, and that's none other, for those that may not know and those that are new, know Dr. Christina Frye. That's how you say the last name, right? Yeah. Christina Frye. She is a well-respected and engaging leader in human resource capital management, spending over 25 years of her life studying the social sciences, criminal justice, resource management, and human behavior. Having served in Senator Ted Kennedy's office in undergrad and achieving her master's in business last spring, she's completed her doctorate in human services with management specialization from the School of Public Service Leadership at Capella University. Recently completing her Lean Six Sigma Black Belt certification, so don't mess with her. Don't mess with her. With her certification through the Army, and receiving her certification in e-learning for online instruction and curriculum development through North Central University. She is now sharing an exclusive offer to a selective number of executives and leaders the opportunity for early readership, free access to virtual and in-person 360 work family life obligation template and engagement finder 2.0 assessment curriculum unlike any other training on the market that transitions what's learned into daily practice and lifestyle of executives and leaders throughout the world. This curriculum derived directly from Dr. Christina Frye's doctoral research, where a study included responses from 101 executives in government and captured breakthrough findings with outcomes depicted within her first book on Amazon to assist executives and leaders to engage their balance and learning to engage with staff to achieve critical mission goals and overall performance successes. I want to introduce everybody to Miss Christine, Dr. Christina Frye.
Yes.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so blessed to be here. Thank you.
And we usually start off. I usually start off like this. I read the resume.
Yeah.
Everybody, well accomplished and everything, but we want to know the Christina Frye, and tell us something that we won't see on the resume about you.
What you won't see on the resume about me is my determination and my will.
Yes.
And that I learned through my relationship with God and through my upbringing. My father, Pastor William Frye the third, and my mom, Catherine Frye, they raised us to be very determined, have strong determination in life, and to understand ourselves and understand what our unique skills are and our unique values that we bring to the world. And it's through that upbringing that I am who I am today.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah. I got a chance to talk to Daddy. So talk to us a little bit about this first book, the relationship of work and family life balance to job satisfaction for government executives. And I have to tell you that our other co-host, Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson, he just retired as a government executive. So I know he's watching this like, I gotta connect with her, But tell us a little bit about the book and what you can expect from reading it.
The book is about the research, and it's the foundational research for the curriculum that you mentioned. And it's about understanding life balance and workplace culture and job satisfaction of executives, and how executives make decisions on a daily basis that impact their employees, impact the workforce, and helping them to really assess and see what those challenges are. And the book really gives really good tips and insight, even insight into religious doctrine, and to having executives understand, and give them helpful tips that help them on their day-to-day interactions with their employees and making decisions regarding their work and their family life balance.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Now with your book, I know you did it kind of focused on government leadership, but is this something that a regular, let's say, entrepreneur who may be in a leadership, or anyone that's in a leadership position, can actually read this and use the tools that you talk about in the book there?
Because this issue is a human issue. It's not just a leadership issue.
Right.
But the reason why I've approached it with leaders first is because their decisions impact most. But life balance is a human issue, and it's an issue that impacts everyone. So anyone and everyone could read it and gain insight from it.
Absolutely.
What were some of your key findings?
Some of my key findings, which was quite interesting, is that the succession planning of executives in government in particular, and how executives in those high-level positions are not really looking to enter into the SES workforce because of the imbalances. They're like, so why should I put forth the extra effort if I'm not gonna be able to balance my life how it is now?
Wow.
So it would take someone with a very passionate, strong will to want to do that. But why can't we help executives make the balance easier for them, so that way people in those higher levels will step up to the plate. And that's needed because over 75% of government executives are eligible to retire within the next 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's very important that that the executives that are there now are retained first and foremost for knowledge gathering and making sure that that those that do step up have a role to play and can learn from them as they retire. So
absolutely. Now, what made you? I know you talked in your resume. It said that you started this from the research that you had. Well, what made you say, I think this is something that I want to kind of put into the book, and then how you went about the process of writing the book. Were you a writer at that time, or something like that?
Yes, I had written in the past, and writing is one of my forms of expression. It always has been when I was younger, and the process of writing it was really easy for me because because I could relate to the imbalances. My life, as you can tell, I do a lot of things. Yes. And so I can come from my experience and pull on and draw from the experiences that I've had in my life and impart that to others. And that's the reason why this has come like my mission work. It's because I want to help other people get balance and perform better in life. And and put their time into things that are more meaningful to them, like their ministry, like their children, like their families, and the way that society is moving now, with the social media and everything, let's not forget the basics of life. Let's not forget to be in touch with one another, to connect with one another on a deep level, on a real level. And so that's my mission, to help people do that.
And that's one thing that I'll say too, really quickly, is you said something really key, is that it was something that you could relate to. And I think that's key for the authors or aspiring authors when you're writing a project. Well, even if it's fiction, it's, you want to make sure that your project is something that people can, you can relate to, but then two, that something that your audience that's going to be reading your book, that they can actually read to. And you have to read it as a reader, as well as the author writing it too, which I think is important as well.
Yes. And I think also in this day and age that we're in, to have this topic, the relationship of work and family life balance, job satisfaction, is so pivotal, especially during this season. This is a season, a holiday season. Oftentimes you have people, they're getting depressed. And
absolutely.
even just recently in Baltimore, there's a newscaster that was formerly in Baltimore who, I think she transferred to Detroit. Young lady, wasn't even, I think maybe 35-ish, and she committed suicide. And thought, and so when you think about the relationship of work and family life balance, you have to take all of that into consideration.
Absolutely.
Particularly executives, they carry a lot of stress, they carry a lot of issues that they can't necessarily communicate. And so I want you to talk a little bit about if you found any of that in terms of just the personal mental health, and how that might impact.
In the book I discuss that as well as other issues like commuter issues and things like that. But as far as mental health goes, a lot of executives, it's hard for them to reach out because they are fearful if there's weakness. If you show weakness, then you're inadequate. And it's a double-edged sword. So and that's the main reason why I developed Engagement Finder 2.0 is because of giving them a resource and a safe haven where they can come and they can get the help and support that they need with understanding themselves first and foremost. And that's what the assessment is all about. It's all about them assessing themselves and understanding how to be a more effective leader, communicator, and understanding their personalities and how they interact with people and why they interact with certain individuals versus other individuals. This is very important as a person and especially as an executive and as a leader, because like I said, their decisions impact the lives of others around them. And so people look up to them and need them to for guidance and support. So it's important that they have that support and they have a safe haven where they can come and share and learn best practices from each other, as well as implementation strategies on after they learn their unique skills, how we can implement that into their day-to-day practice to help them be more effective as leaders. And so that's the purpose of Engagement Finder, is to help with that. And because I really didn't see anything on the market at the time when I finished my book and my research, and I said, God put it in my heart to just go and do it.
Right.
You know, if it's not there, create it. Create
Absolutely.
it, and they will come.
Absolutely.
And so I really appreciate the opportunity of you all inviting me here today to talk about it and get it out so that people know it's available to them.
Yeah, and that's really important too. So, how can individuals get in contact with you to one, purchase the book, but also to either to be able to have you come speak, or even to get into your program, get into your program?
They can go to my website, which is www.engagementfinder.com. On there is my book. It talks about the curriculum more in depth, and there's contact information on there. You can submit your information to me. I'll receive it for scheduling of sessions with me. I'll also somewhat become the life balance coach. So I have a little blurb on there on different ways you can work with me, whether you want to have a conversation with me or whether you want to book a session with me. All the information is there to reach out to me.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
And quickly, tell us a little bit about your publishing process. How did you get from what was in your head to that finished book right there?
A lot of it was through my committee as I was writing my dissertation, but then also just the process was really in my head. And just kind of connecting all the dots from the research, because my research was an original body of work. Okay. I actually created the survey, collected the data, analyzed the data, and wrote it myself. So it's really from the heart. And I published with Christian Faith Book Publishing. Okay. And they've made the process really, really smooth for me as I was publishing the book. Yes. They helped with the illustrations and the graphic designs, and they're really great publishing company. So
so that's all, and that's key too, because there are a lot of people that don't understand the publishing process and dealing with publishing companies. So it's great that you had a great experience with a publishing company that actually cares and walked you through the process, because that's important.
Yes,
because a lot when you're writing your first book, or when you're kind of getting started and you don't know. I know I was that way. I didn't know a thing about writing a book and everything, and putting stuff together, having does this look right? Is it the right way and everything like that? So that's important, that publishing process, and for aspiring authors or even authors that are out there, that process. Talk a little bit about I guess where the marketing process that you've done, or that you go through with with your book.
Right now I've actually gone through some marketing, creating of the website for the curriculum. I also am in the process of developing my consulting firm website, which is Frye Consulting Group.com.
Cool.
And that information is also on the other site. I've worked with information experts on Engagement Finder site. And I'm working with GoDaddy on Frye Consulting Group. So
cool.
All right. Well, you have a lot going on as well. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
It's very exciting.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, thank you, for being available. This has been such an informative interview. And just want to encourage you again to give your website information for our viewing audience if they want to purchase your book or contact you for your services.
Oh, thank you. And then also use Squiggle for my presentations.
Okay.
It's a whiteboarding software that's kind of animated, and it's a very unique way of getting across messages and learning. Okay. I'm actually going to be using them for the modules within the actual assessments. Oh, cool. So I'm looking at innovative ways of how to deliver information so people can retain it and use it. So virtual reality, I'm also looking at developing app for Engagement Finder. So you can find me on Amazon. The book is on Amazon. You can search my name or the title, and it'll pull up there. Okay. And so thank you so much for having me.
But go to a website and buy it.
Yes. Go to my website and buy it. EngagementFinder.com. Thank you for your support.
Yes. And thank you again. again for being our host on the CAOT TV show.
Thank you.
Leroy, it's always a pleasure co-hosting with
Absolutely,
you.
absolutely, you know.
And thank you for tuning in to the CAOT TV show. We so appreciate you. We read your posts. We are so glad that you're sharing too.
Yes.
That you continue to share with your friends. We're here every Friday live on the WBGR Gospel Network from 9:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss us here, you can always catch us. You can watch reruns on YouTube or at our website. And until next time, God bless.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in. Have a great one.